Yeah, I'll tell you right now, we're in Florence, South Carolina, and what one of the most highest recommended bondsman establishment out here. Yeah. If your folks get locked, don't give it a second thought. Call motherfucker out for the law, Bells Bonding. They gonna get you right out of there. I'm telling you right now. Who's up?
That's right, that's right. We service in Florence, Conway, Lexington, and Columbia, South Carolina. Also servicing Orangeburg, Saluda, Winsboro, and all your surrounding areas, Georgetown. Y'all come and holler at me. That's 803-351-7785. Solidified.
How many spots y'all got?
We got 4 storefronts, but we service 10 counties.
Damn. Them boys ain't playing. Them boys ain't playing no games either, ain't it? Tell me y'all coming quick, ain't it?
Coming quick.
Quicker than a mother.
For the low, you out of there.
Out of there. Tell you right there.
Yo, we back like South Crack. Man, this is Late Night with Sharif. This is King and Sharif. This is Carolina's Working. You know what I'm saying? Doing the podcast this week. Solo, dolo, you know what I'm saying? With a whole lot of info. You know what I mean? Put that in a rhyme. You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing out there tonight? You know what I mean? Hope all is well. Hope your week's going good. Your year's going good. You know, we off to a mixed start over on my side. A lot of good, a little bit of bad. So, you know, everything's gravy and all that kind of stuff over here. I did want to discuss, you know, some housekeeping issues and things today. This coming Saturday, I don't know when this is going to air. Hope it'll air this week, sometime before Saturday. I'm going to make it quick. But this Saturday will be the last event at the Sharif Insurance Building on 7317 Park Lane, Suite A. That is going to, the 24th is the last day. That's going to, that Monday, we're going to start the process of turning that over into Bella's General Store. I don't know if that's going to be, because we haven't got the business license yet, but we're working on that. But I don't know if, you know, that name is going to stick, but it's going to be a general store theme, pop-up shop type theme. We're going to, you know, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff in the community, letting people come out, like the flea market. We're going to have some tables and stuff for people to set up, like at the flea market and everything like that. So yeah, it's going to turn into a little Soda City type, you know, spot on Saturday and Sunday, where people can come out and sell their goods or whatever. We're only gonna have like 5 tables, so you know what I mean, I think it's gonna be $50. So, you know what I mean, you come out, it might be a little bit less than that. I think it's $50. So, you know, come out, sell your goods, whatever you got, whether it's food or whatever. Might can get a food truck or 2, vendor or whatever, you know what I mean? So we getting the details together, but Bella has taken over. If y'all know Bella, the bartender, my assistant manager, and she does the live oat paperwork, and now she's branched off to doing showcases and everything, and she agreed to take over the building. She will probably need some help from me for the first 6 months or so, just trying to get comfortable and learn, you know, the different stuff that she needs to do in retail and everything like that, and get all her tobacco licenses and lotto and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna walk her through that before we make a full transition over. But we definitely gonna, you know what I mean, I'm gonna be, you know what I mean, the hot dogs, it's going to be a hot dog stand in there for you can fix your own hot dogs. Those are going to be provided by Daisy Mae's Hot Dog, which is my company. I have a hot dog company that we haven't worked in a couple of years, but we're going to bring back. It will be in the general store. I know Lindsay's shades are going to be in, or you could buy Kwame shades will be there. I got a friend back from Conway who wants to put his clothing line in there and things like that. And then, you know what I mean, we still gonna make a way to, you know, throw an event or two here and there. So yeah, so that's the thing. 24th is Rich Chamberlain's. It's not a showcase, but he doing, you know, 10 people are performing. 4 people are gonna move on to a show that they're doing, you know, for some money and things like that. And it's good stuff. Looks like a very good idea because that'd be cool if you could do a show that only has 10 artists, and the artist could do 3-4 songs instead of 2 songs, 1 song, that kind of thing, or have a show mix and all that. Metro Main Event Showcase, so it is a showcase, but they have 10 acts. 4 is going to move on to their big event that they're going to have later on. Rich Chamberlain is a solid guy, so you know what I mean? It should be a pretty solid event, but that's the last event. We're going out with a bang. We're going out with Rich Chamberlain. I thought, you know, Bella's event was going to be the last event, but we had a commitment that we had to honor, so you know what I mean? You know what I mean? We want to honor it. It's not an obligation. This is something that we want to do because of a situation that happened back in August the 1st that, you know, we wanted to make sure that, you know, the independent artists, people in Colombia know that, you know what I'm saying, we don't do those kind of things and we don't want our name dirtied up in the streets. So we agreed to do a showcase, you know what I mean, which we probably would agree to do it anyway, but we agreed to do that. It was supposed to be last week. It's moved to the 24th. Things happen for a reason. I want to shout out Gas Lab and my cousin down there. We didn't know he was my cousin at the time, but my cousin down there in Winsboro, they brought their record label through. DMR and them came through. You know what I mean? It was just a solid, you know, collective of people in one building. You know, now that it's over, we can say it. Hey, you know, the building holds 60. We got 100 people in there. So, you know what I mean? I think it was a little bit over 100. I was counting. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention who parking lot pimping on the side of the building doing what they do. You know what I mean? So, you know, there's a lot of people there. Good opportunity. I've been told that, you know what I mean, it was probably one of the better ran showcases that we've been through. Just so that we can keep it moving like that with these showcases and things that Bella are doing or whatever. Bella's one person. She can't run a bar. It's hard enough to run a list and be a host, but she can't run the DJ, do the hosting, and do the bar, and put up with everybody that's coming in with special requests because you all know that all the independent artists are superstars. Most of them are in their head that they're superstars and they got to have it this way and got to have it that way, especially when they see a crowd. They're not that interested in it until no kind of complaints, no kind of worries, till they see a crowd and all of a sudden everybody wants to perform 4 songs instead of 2. They want to be, instead of going 4th, they want to be 10th. You know what I'm saying? It's a mess once an independent artist sees a crowd now. And then if they know you, they feel like they can finagle the list and get a special favor, or you know what I mean, like they rocking with you, so you're supposed to do that. But that can't be like that because it throws off the whole showcase. Like once you got it, if you don't know, it's a couple ways you could do. I see Charleston does it one way where the first people come, they get to put their name on the list or whatever and stuff like that. That I don't work well like that. You know what I mean? It works for who it works for. But my thing is because I know most of the artists and I'm out here, I know how I want to set the show up, and I usually time stamp it. Like if the show starts at 7 o'clock, I usually start at 7:30, and it's a 7:30 to 7:40 artists, or 7:40 to 7:50 artists, or 7:50 to 8 o'clock artists. Down the line, little intermission here, little intermission there where the DJ spins. But how I really set it up is I got the ones that like to start it off that can get the crowd jumping and get everybody in the mood while they settling in. and still, while everybody's moving around, coming in, still selling in, they still capturing the vibe. Those kind of people are like Gigolo Jones and Chill Will and a couple other people. Then I kind of, I R&B you for a little bit. Then I take an intermission and I come back hype again with some of the groups and a few other people like that. And then I might slow it down again with a few artists like, or Southern Soul It Out with a few artists like John Ray, Matt B, Ruby Lynn, those people. And then, I hit you back again with the ending, with a Shy Kelly, a Blue Benji, a RFE, and, some of those groups. That's how I like to set my show up. I don't like where everybody's, this group wants all 4 or 5 artists back to back. This group wants all 4 artists back to back. Now it looks like a show. It looks like a concert, like it's your show. Like we're putting on for the independent artists like it's not your show. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like to group all the friends together. Like, say Get With It Records has 4 artists that's in the showcase and they all want to go back to back to back. No matter how you think how good you think your music is at a showcase, nobody wants at a open mic type showcase. Nobody wants to hear y'all 4 people back to back at 2 to 3 songs a piece. That's 10 to 12 songs, 13 songs. That's back to back, and it just bores the crowd. People leave. You know what I'm saying? People don't like it because, now they want to do it or want to know why they couldn't do it. You know what I mean? It just confuses the whole show. It confuses the host when y'all start wanting to, you start off how they want to do it, whether, you want to put your name first come, first serve. Now you put your name on the list 7th, and now that you see it's a crowd, now you want to go 12th. So we that's something that's a pet peeve of mine, and that goes to this. February 27th, February 28th at Envy is not no hood shit. Envy is an upscale lounge and they don't play. So everybody got to be tight. Everybody got to do their thing. And plus, we want it to be at Envy because we want an upscale look. You know what I'm saying? We don't want the basement look. We don't want the My House look for this event. I love those places, but this is being filmed, so we want it to look good. We want the chandeliers, the lights, the lighting, the stage, the mirror, We want the food to be good, and we don't want anybody catering food. You know what I'm saying? We want the food to be good coming out of the kitchen and have an A on the door so nobody gets sick. You know what I'm saying? We want the drinks, the bartender not to, be heavy-handed and do the drinks the way the drinks supposed to be done. You know what I mean? We don't have bar problems on my end, but when we go to some event places that do their own alcohol, some of them don't even have liquor. They got wine. They got their own liquor. We don't want to taste that shit for this event. You know what I'm saying? Good. I respect it. You know what I mean? Entrepreneurs, rest in peace. My boy Get It Brown had a liquor that we was buying every week. You know what I mean? I get it, but this ain't that. You know what I'm saying? This ain't that. You know what I mean? I will be putting out the rules. If you cannot follow the rules, please do not even show up because they're not going to change because you there or I'm there or whatever. This show is being ran by multi people. It's going to be a big event. We have already 52 artists, and I'm trying to get other artists to perform and do their thing. Also, just in case we have some no-shows, you know what I mean? Because it's going to be, as close as this thing gets, it's going to be some people that's not prepared for this. And they're going to drop out, or it's going to be some people that ride, they can't Uber, and they can't ride, and it's going to be some people that can't get the babysitter, you know what I'm saying? So 52, 53 people can easily turn to 40 people overnight. So I will add a few people, and those people that I am adding, you know what I'm saying, it's $50. You get your footage, and you get 10 tickets to sell. Those 10 tickets are $20. You can make $200 off of $50. If you can't make that math work, then 2 things. You have no fans. You have no support. You probably need to get a 9-to-5 or stay on a 9-to-5 and work overtime, because if you're doing music and you cannot bring 10 people to support you, this is not for you. It is not on the promoter, it is on the promoter somewhat to bring people to see you, but the promoter is booking you or asking you to be a part of something because he thinks that you can draw a crowd. Y'all got that whole situation backwards. So yes, it's $50. You know what I mean? You're gonna be if your music is good, we're gonna interview everybody or talk to everybody. But if you got a compelling story and everything, we're gonna have one of the best editors in the game that can, they're gonna put all of that together. If your performance is trash, it's not gonna make the film because, like I said, this is all being filmed for a documentary. You know what I mean? It's no disrespect, man. Bruh, I don't have to tell you didn't come your best. You know what I mean? This event is around tax time for a reason. You know what I mean? We didn't push it to middle of March when it got hot. I put the event around tax time for a reason because I want you to have your best outfit on. I want you to look good. I want you to be able to bring your people out. If the people ain't got $20 to get in, let them hold $20. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should have money around that time. You know what I'm saying? Not only, especially on the 27th, and the 28th is the first of the month checks come out and everything like that. So everybody, even if you're on disability or, or assistance, you got money this weekend to show your ass and show everybody that South Carolina got something to say. But we got to do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? We got to do it the right way. We can't have the arguments. If you tender, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this ain't the event. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody doesn't know who you talk to or who you be with and everything. So when you see somebody trying to speak to your girl or something or whatever, you should be flattered about that. Man, you got a bad girl people want, and then just say, hey, partner, that's my woman. And I promise you it won't be no static. Where the static comes in is niggas just buck and go crazy. And then it shuts the event down where you got 100, 200 people in the house that want to see an event. Now everybody got to leave. It's shut down. And it's a 2-day event, so if y'all don't do right on Friday, we might not be asked back on Saturday. And you're going to have 20, and it's going to be more artists performing on Saturday than performing on Friday. So you know what I'm saying? You're going to make it bad for everybody else. Don't be selfish. If you have these problems, just you stay home, they stay home, whatever, you know what I'm saying? If you the artist, you know what I mean? Hey, maybe that's not the support you need this day if y'all can't be in the same building together. You know what I mean? And that's not picking on nobody and not saying that because it's just been that way. Seem like for the last 6-7 months, it's just been a lot of incidents. I don't need, like I'm saying, this is being filmed. You know what I mean? It's by credible people. It's by people that have a lot of respect and a lot of pull in this industry. This person that we're doing this thing at has another bar open and it has another bar in the makings. Like this could really be something that we show up and show out and do our thing. This person could be booking us, and this person pays. They bring in an artist. This bar brings in an artist every Sunday, and they pay them good. This could be your chance for you to sing your heart out, and she say, well, I want her on Sunday. Or she say, well, I don't do rap here, but I do it at my other spot. Bring them over here. This is a chance to get paid. Do not fuck this up. Not only you would be asked to leave, but by the time, we have security, by the time you ask 4 or 5 people to leave, then it doesn't become worth it. Do not do what y'all did at my house. Please do not come. I have enough artists to pull this off. I have sold enough tickets to pull this off. The bar, restaurant and bar on Friday and Saturday have a whole different audience that doesn't even know who y'all are. Have a whole different audience that's going to be there anyway. And we gave them some courtesy tickets. So these people are going to be there in this building. I just don't need the aggravation or the bullshit or, we're all in the same boat. We're all independent artists that are unsigned. Don't need the big head. Don't need, man, I'm better than this person, man. Can I do? Please do not do that. Please do not do that. I have this thing set up. I'm a month away from the event, and I already have it set up. And we had other events going on and everything else, and I still was able to put this thing together. You know what I'm saying? And it's ready. If tomorrow was the date, it could go on. The DJ is ready. We're gonna make sure everybody he has most of the music, but we're gonna make sure everybody has the music. It's not, if you, on the 27th or the 28th, if you come through there trying to get your music, if you don't have your music, we're gonna make sure we have everybody's music before that date. But if you come in and your music not right, then hey, we have another show on March 28th that you could be a part of. It won't be this show. We cannot take time and have people up at the DJ booth. Now, if the DJ or the host are having a problem and they do call you up, please do not be outside smoking a cigarette and blunts. You will have a time slot. You need to be in the building for your time slot, because if you're not there, we're going to move along and we'll try to put you in, but that's not a guarantee. So don't be mad at me. Be on time. If you got babysitter issues or whatever you got, then you can't make it this day. Everybody can't perform on Saturday. So somebody's got to perform on Friday. If you can't perform on Friday, fine. We'll let the people, it's enough people. We'll let the people that can perform on Friday, we'll space it out. You know what I mean? Saturday, I don't see that problem. If you're not on time on Saturday, we'll just keep it moving, because it's going to be about 20 people that's going to perform on Friday, but it's going to have to be about 30 people that perform on Saturday, because I'm trying to accommodate the people that came in first and said they wanted to be there on Saturday. But that's getting a little out of hand, where everybody wants to perform on Saturday because Benji Dollars is going to be there. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Benji Dollars is a cool person, nice person to take a photo with, blows up your shit. Me and him did 100,000 in a week. You know what I'm saying? But everybody can't perform on Saturday. Now, you can perform on Friday and come back on Saturday, because everybody that paid for a ticket, that is a Friday and Saturday ticket. It's not a different day. If you pay for Friday, you automatically in on Saturday. So you know what I'm saying? So it's a good move, man. It's basically $10 a day. You know what I'm saying? And if you're an artist, you're paying $50, but what you're getting is your footage, a interview, a chance to be in a documentary that's already been sold to streaming sites, and you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get the footage of your performance. And not only that, you're gonna get 10 free tickets that you can give away, sell, do whatever you want to do with it. Courtesy tickets, you know what I'm saying, to come see you perform. If you can't get but 5 off for money, get the other 5 away. Say, hey, I got a show. That's all about being an independent artist, is promoting yourself. In the independent world, that's the biggest issue I have, is that independent artists don't want to work their music or go out there and network. And my whole thing with that is you're not gonna get any sympathy points from me for that, because we used to sell records out the trunk. If I come out with a 5 to 10 song CD, I'm at the food mart every night asking people, hey man, buy my album, man, it's $10. It's hard. I'll let you hear it. I'm at the car bumping this shit. And then if they ain't got $10, I can go down to 5. And then if they ain't got $5, hell, I'll break it down to 3. If they ain't got $3, I'm just gonna give it away. But they're gonna get my music. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get my music. And how it doesn't work around here like that, I have no idea. But these are the moments that we're trying. Chop on Monday doing his thing with Fat Boy. Me doing the independent artist thing. Mugger Man taking care of Charleston. Bishop taking care of Charleston. Bishop coming down here. These are the people, Messiah meet and greet at V12. These people are trying to show you what it is you need to be that need to be done, and trying to get you in these situations that you can make a play at this thing. But if you don't do these little things, then, you know what I mean, no matter how good your music is, you're not gonna make it, because you don't have the business part of it. So just to rewind, I will put out to every artist what Envy's rules is, so that you can tell you and your people that if they don't abide by these, they're not getting it. Their pants are sagging, they got a white T-shirt on, they thugged out, they're not getting on this place. This is a film. We don't want everybody with wife beaters and pants sagging and underwear showing to be in this film. You know what I'm saying? That's the part y'all got to get. This is not my house, bar, and grill, where, you know, you can come in and, you know, you can look how you want to look. You know what I mean? I love my house, bar, and grill, and I'm going to do more shit there, but this is not that. This is a film. So you're going to have to abide by envy rules, and you're going to, and plus you should want to look nice for this. You should want to put on your best, whether it's streetwear, whether it's casual wear, whatever. You should want to put on your best for this. You know what I'm saying? This is not for play. This is what we're putting out. This film saying, hey, this is South Carolina. If you want to look crazy when we put it out at South Carolina, that this is South Carolina, I'm not gonna let that happen. It won't happen. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm not putting the state. I'm not putting the city on my back. I'm not putting the state on my back and look out and have y'all out here looking crazy or have me looking crazy. It's not gonna happen. Like, oh man, look at them country bunking motherfuckers. Y'all already think this shit. Don't show it to them. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I wanted to say. Man, shout out the Miami, Indiana game last night. That was wonderful. I got Miami on because, you know, I be liking the colors and stuff. And they put some money in my pocket last night, even though they lost. But we played the points, and I woke up to thinking I lost money, and Cash App hit me and was like, oh, shit, goddamn, I won something. So, man, shout out to that, man. Shout out, you know, I want to thank God. Man, I'm out here with my friends and everything like that. But I didn't know my family was out here on the same mission, and you know, I've been seeing them all year doing this thing, and then come to find out, I kind of had a feeling, he kind of had a feeling, and then, you know, we found out we was cousins, you know what I mean, not just distant cousins, but you know what I'm saying, his mama and my grandmama are sisters, so you know what I mean. So I look forward to you know, helping him along the way if he needs any help. You know what I'm saying? I'm not forcing myself on it, but you know what I mean? If he needs any help and he needs anything, I look forward to linking up with them, man, and, you know, getting it popping and doing some things, man, some other things this year. We're going to, D. Ruby Lynn, who's headlining the Spring Bling on March 28th at the Cigar Lounge. We got a handshake, but we don't have a contract on that yet. So I don't want to tell y'all to put that in y'all calendar. But we are going to do it on March 28th, whether it's at the Cigar Lounge, outside venue, you know, first few days of spring or whatever. Whether we're going to do it there or we're going to do it somewhere else, we're going to do it. And we're also going to have a house party. It's a house party fundraiser, you know what I mean, because we're trying to take Live Oak to the BET Awards. I'm taking Live Oak to the Essence Festival. But we're going to need to raise some funds to get to the BET Awards. So please be on the lookout for our fundraising and everything like that. We're going to do a house party and a couple brunches. So stay tuned for that. And, yeah, so February 20, the next move is January 24th will be our last day at the other side of the Bell Bonds Company on the other end. February 27th, 28th should be a great event, great experience, documentary being filmed. That's going to be at MV Restaurant Bar. And then we got March 28th. We'll probably find something else to do in March, a brunch or two. March 28th, and then we're going to do the house party in April. We're supposed to be doing a comedy show at the end of April. We've spoken to some people about that, so we're trying to figure that out, see if we can partner instead of, you know, because we don't charge and we don't do all that, so we just feel like, you know, people, you know, it's better that we partner than our overhead being big and nobody makes any money and all that kind of stuff, and then we won't do it again if we don't make any money. So you get us in a one and done, or you can get us, you know, you can get us for life. So, you know what I mean? Because we're transitioning out of the other building over here. So we're going to need, until we can get another building, we're going to be at my house, Envy, Mahogany, you know what I mean? Hopefully Prescott, you know, Paradise Island, I believe is what they call it. You know, some other events.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Ross Place, that kind of thing. So that's that, and then we veer in into May. We're gonna do, we're working on a deal. We're not there yet. We're discussing it. We're trying to put it together, but we're working on a deal with a big venue. I don't want to say the name because the last time I said the name, I got a call. Hey, don't mention the name until the deal is done. But we're working on a big event, downtown, close to Colonial. I'll say that. But in a nice area where we can get, introduce y'all to some white folks. You know what I'm saying? Some students, that kind of thing. Working on that for Mother's Day. And then we're going to venture off into June with go down to the BET Awards and try to perform on the street inside a club or whatever we could do, and do a whole lot of networking and letting people know who we are. And, we're going to show out. We're going to need shirts. We're going to need a bunch of stuff. July, we're going to do the same thing at the Essence Festival. And instead of doing a big birthday concert, that's my birthday gift to me. Same thing I did last year. For my birthday, I gave everybody else a gift. You know what I mean? Because that's just who I am as a person. So this year for my birthday, I'm doing the same thing, but I'm taking Live Oak to the Essence Festival. And then we're going to venture off into July. And, a couple of our artists will be on a couple trail ride events and a couple trail ride shows and, and a couple other things. But what you gonna get from Live Oak this year is a whole lot more content. We caught on to that at the end of the year. We were doing shows, but it wasn't doing anything for us but making us spend money and lose money. Sometimes we win, but we getting big time name artists to come out and things like that. You know what I mean? And they put eyes on us. But they didn't ultimately, do the goal that I was looking for. But now that we've been on this content thing with DJ Prime Tech, LLC, Chico, Chop Jones, ever since we've been on this content thing, things are moving a whole lot faster than what they was moving in the beginning of the year for all the artists. And so yeah, we're gonna get back to that. We're gonna do open mics. We're gonna do Lux on Wednesday. I can't do Mahogany's on Mondays, Pure Vibes on Tuesday, and Lux on Wednesday. So, I've decided that Lux is gonna be my Lux Life on Two Notch is gonna be my spot on Wednesday for my open mic. You know what I mean? For when I show up to an open mic, that's when I'm going to come out. Mahogany's, I'll dip my head in when I can dip my head in on a Monday. Mondays are bad for me, but I will dip my head in when I can. I think they've done it 4 times. I've been there twice. You know what I mean? So, it's going to be on and off for me. You know what I mean? Quick in and out type thing because I'm going to have to get home early. But Tuesdays are definitely a bad night for me, and Wednesdays I'm more than willing. I'm more than willing to say, hey, that's the night that we all show up. Support. The #1 independent artist DJ in the solar system, Mr. DJ Surplus, and we can stay out there a little late, have a good time, have a few drinks. You know what I'm saying? Have some good food and things like that. Thursday, definitely gonna drop my head at Hollow. Hopefully, I want to say this, man. Hollow is just, is just a staple and just where we all started at, man. I would like Hollow maybe to move over to Lux for a little while until they can figure out the restaurant situation, the My House situation. I think they should link up with some other venues and maybe keep that going, man. But I'm always with Hollow and can duck my head in there. Friday nights, what I'm saying, we're gonna be pretty busy, so I won't be able to drive out to West Columbia and nothing like that. Or Saturdays, I won't be able to do the River Drive stuff and all that kind of stuff. But I wish y'all the best. I encourage open mics. It's how I pretty much got all my artists and got my introduction from riding with Hollow and meeting different people and meeting different artists and stuff and participating in showcases and things like that. Some of these showcases might not be worth the money, but you know what I'm saying? Some of them are. You know what I mean? All independent artists go down to Charleston, get with Colors, a meeting in the mines. If you haven't been to a meeting in the mines, it's a great experience as an artist. The brother Mugger Man, seems like every event he does goes flawless. You know what I'm saying? That'd be dope. We're trying to link with Chill Will to get another date up in Charlotte for a big showcase up in Charlotte. So those are the things. That's the year. You know what I mean? That's the years. That's how it's gonna go. Less shows, more content. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're paying, then you know what I mean. We'll do a show every night if you're paying. You know what I mean? But artists not getting paid and just doing showcases is not what's gonna get you there, because they're not bringing in any ARs or it's not bringing in any managers. It's not bringing. Every once in a while you might see a studio owner and might offer an hour or so of studio time. You know what I mean? All of that's great. But you know what I'm saying? The thing that's going to get you there is to get them numbers up on that internet. So everybody should, be concentrating and getting with more of the people that, take pictures and do videography and, you know what I mean? Put your own show on also, you know what I mean? If you believe in yourself, put your own flyer together, put your own DJ together, put your own food and drink beverage together, and do your own show. It could be Bubba Chuck, and friends, you know what I mean? And charge $20, get a location, charge $20 and see where it go. And then maybe you'll stop jumping down the throat of everybody else that's trying to do it because they feel like you ain't done right. Why don't you try to do it? You know what I'm saying? If it's that easy, you do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate Prime giving me the time to come on today on a Tuesday. And we're not working tomorrow, but hey, man, y'all have a good week, productive week, good month, good year.